agree with the principles that Jesus advocated.
I would say I generally agree with the teachings of Christianity.
There's great wisdom in the teachings of Jesus.
So the world is kind of going crazy at Elon Musk because news has come out that he is having another child, but it's not with his wife, it's with someone else. And it's kind of catching people the wrong way, I would say. And they're not holding him accountable, which is funny because you would think that Christians, the same people who would be super upset at someone for committing adultery, are praising him. So you kind of see the hypocrisy here. Like, we should celebrate life. Yes, that's okay. But we still shouldn't celebrate, adultery, if that makes sense.
Billionaire entrepreneur Elon Musk is making headlines once again, this time not for a new Tesla or SpaceX mission, but for expanding his already large family. The tech mogul has confirmed the birth of his 14th child with Neuralink executive Siobhan Zilis. The couple, who already share twins Strider and Azure and daughter Arcadia, recently welcomed their son, christened Selden Lycurgus. In a heartfelt social media post, Zilis shared the news, calling their newborn a juggernaut with a solid heart of gold. Musk, who has been vocal about his belief in procreation to prevent a so-called population collapse, responded positively with a heart. But just as this happy news broke, Musk found himself entangled in a legal battle over another child.
Whoa.
MAGA influencer Ashley Sinclair claims she gave birth to Musk's 13th child, a son referred to as RSC in court documents. She has filed for sole custody and is demanding a paternity test, alleging that Musk has played no role in the child's upbringing.
Dang. And that's what's crazy. By the way, if you guys think Elon Musk he's having a lot of kids, it's really not that much if you think about it. Especially when I think about it, because I come from a really big family. My mom gave birth to 13 babies, and they're all biological. 13 babies. Wait, no, I'm wrong. It's hard to keep count now. She gave birth to 12, and one was a stillborn, so he passed away at birth, and then we adopted 2 of our cousins later on. So there's 13 of us. So my mom gave birth to 12 babies herself. So I come from a massive family. So when someone says that's a lot of kids, I'm like, that's normal. But it's very interesting because Elon Musk has been talking a lot about how he loves Christian values and Christian ethics, but it seems like maybe he doesn't want to follow them necessarily. And that's kind of a whole thing. So what do you mean even covers that in his video we're going to be reacting to here?
Agree is a growing problem in America. But there's an even bigger problem for those of us that consider ourselves to be Christian conservatives. For years, we've been quick to call out people like Nick Cannon for having multiple kids with multiple women. But when Elon Musk does the exact same thing, he gets applause. But that's not even the main issue. The issue here isn't just about hypocrisy. It's that we've been sold a lie about society's problems, and if we don't recognize it now, then we're gonna keep falling for it over and over again. All right, so let me give you some context here. Elon was hailed as a hero who was saving humanity. That was until his 13th baby exposed the truth that even his biggest supporters weren't ready for. We already knew that he had massive concerns about the underpopulation crisis that the world is facing right now, and according to him, more children means a brighter future for humanity. And boy, does he practice what he preaches. It seems like he's on a one-man mission to solve this problem and save humanity himself. And although Elon has a lot of fans, this time, things are different.
Yeah, and I think he even has talked a lot about how he hates that the society, there's too many childless, fatherless homes, and that's the major outlying problem, I think, with people, like obviously adultery, but also another child's gonna be raised without his father. And that's difficult. Like, we see there's crazy amounts of studies that show kids who grew up without their father are more likely to be in prison, are less likely to go to college. So many things. the more likely have daddy issues. You know what I mean? Like, they try to fill that void with so many things. But like, and I can even speak from a little experience because my dad passed away when I was a teenager, and I have younger siblings who grew up essentially without a dad their whole life. They don't know what it's like, and they try to fill that void all the time, and it's just difficult on them.
Started a few weeks ago when out of nowhere, the conservative commentator Ashley St. Clair dropped a bombshell post on Elon's platform X. She said, 5 months ago, I welcomed a new baby into the world. Elon Musk is the father. I have not previously disclosed this to protect our child's privacy and safety, but in recent days, it has become clear that the tabloid media intends to do so, regardless of the harm it will cause. I intend to allow our child to grow in a normal and safe environment. For that reason, I ask that the media honor our child's privacy and refrain from invasive reporting. So, pretty straightforward, right? Well, her motives soon came into question because after posting that, alleged past comments that she posted on social media began to resurface, indicating that she was strategically trying to seduce Elon all along. And over the next couple of days, it only got worse because she made several more posts about how Elon was ghosting her and their new child, and even did an interview revealing that Elon didn't put his name on the birth certificate. And on top of all that, she said that she's even suing him for sole custody. Okay, but
this is also interesting then. So if she seduced him and like tried to trick him, obviously it's still his fault, like he gave in, but like at the end of the day, if she's trying to trick someone, that's like, I don't know, Old Testament vibes. I don't know. No, it's not, but like reminds me of King David in a way.
Here's where things get complicated. After she made that first post, she got a lot of praise from leading conservatives who congratulated her by saying things like, "Congratulations, the world needs more based babies. This child has incredible genetics," and "God bless you and your family." Now, to be clear, a new baby is a blessing, no matter what the situation is. But for Christian conservatives to celebrate Elon having his 13th child with another woman, making her a single mother who can't get a hold of her baby daddy, sounds like something that conservatives have long criticized others for. Like even Ashley herself has in several tweets. The same people who say that single motherhood is a crisis are now celebrating a 53-year-old man's 13th child with a 26-year-old woman who says that she can't even get a hold of him. If another man did this, would they be celebrating or condemning? Would they call it a blessing or irresponsible and reckless behavior? I mean, on top of having 13 children by multiple women, including an executive at one of his companies, let's be real about this situation. This man is running multiple million-dollar companies, has contracts with the White House, claims to be one of the top gamers in the world, and seems to spend the rest of his free time in constant Twitter feuds. So does anyone really believe that he has the bandwidth to be a present father to 13 kids? Is it even possible for him to be the type of father that kids generally need to flourish? Because as you can see right here, kids raised in stable marriages are more likely to graduate from college, experience less depression, and stay out of legal trouble. So why then do we cheer for Musk but slam others for the same behavior?
Right. There can't be a double standard, say, it's fine because we agree with a lot of stuff he's saying. No, we should call it out. Yeah, it's a tricky thing. Tricky thing.
Nick Cannon, for example. Because when it comes to morality, it seems like that for some people, it's not about what you do, it's about who does it. Now, I think we can all be honest and acknowledge the fact that Nick Cannon is basically a walk-in daycare. We all know the criticism that he gets, but why does Elon get a free pass? Nick Cannon, who aligns more with the Democrats, has fathered 12 children with multiple women. And because of that, he's drawn tons of flack, especially from conservatives who say something like, "You're promoting broken families. You're basically encouraging a fatherless epidemic." Yet, ironically, Nick Cannon, like Elon Musk, also claims that he's helping out with the so-called underpopulation crisis. He even tweeted an agreement with Elon Musk saying, "My brother," in their mutual quest for repopulating the earth. And by the way, to Cannon's credit, at least he doesn't seem to be ghosting his baby mamas and continuously asserts his commitment to being a present father in all of the lives of his children. But the amount of criticism that Cannon gets, compared to the praise that Elon gets for the same actions, is nothing short of a double standard. So the issue seems to be this growing phenomenon today where we'll champion traditional values in theory, but ignore them in practice if the person claims to be on our side. But there's an even deeper issue today that no one seems to be talking about. Most of us have pinned our hopes on winning the culture war, passing certain laws, supporting certain figures, and defeating the woke left. But if morality could be restored through political victories alone, then we would expect to see some better results by now. As Christians, we believe that God designed the world a certain way, and interestingly, non-Christians also recognize this, even if they don't realize it. Take Elon Musk, for example, when he famously said,
I agree with the principles that Jesus advocated.
I would say I generally agree with the teachings of Christianity.
There's great wisdom in the teachings of Jesus, and I agree with those teachings.
and recently he's even been
It's difficult because like it's like you want to condemn someone, but you still know like we've all fallen short and we've all made mistakes. Like Elon has never come out and said like I am a believer in Jesus and I'm gonna follow him. He's just said I believe in the teachings. It's nice. Like the things that he says is nice. Okay. But that's the problem. It's sad though because
in support of the idea that America needs Christianity to survive. So if Musk really does believe in the Christian values, then why isn't it working? Why is his own family choices contradicting the very values that he says are essential? Now, as a Christian, I have to say that it really is great to see him recognize the value of Christianity,
awesome.
and I want to encourage him to keep going. But with that being said, ultimately, Elon proves why you can't have Christian morality without Christ. The truth is, we all want the benefits of Christian values, like strong families and moral order, but without submitting to the one that designed them, they fall apart. I mean, just look at what's happening with Elon right now. He desperately wants to see the world more populated, but he wants to do it apart from the family structures that God designed. Instead of a stable home with one husband and one wife, Elon believes that his pro-natalist views will fix society's decline. But the data is clear on this. Studies consistently show that children who grow up outside of a traditional family structure tend to suffer. They're more likely to have mental health issues like anxiety and depression, more physical health issues, higher levels of aggression and rule breaking. They're far more likely to end up in prison and have more academic struggles. So Elon may see himself as helping the world, but he's still creating these broken family structures that can't provide what kids need the most. So the point here is this: thinking that we can hijack the values of Christ without being committed to the ways of Christ highlights the one core issue that we all face, leading to things like this.
I shall resign the presidency effective at noon tomorrow.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman. These allegations are false.
I was raised with Christian values, but that didn't stop me from wrecking my family.
No matter which
wow. Shout out to What Do You Mean for making that video. At the end of the day, pray for Elon that he will really come to relationship with Jesus and to submit to Jesus's authority, not just say, yeah, it's a good idea, but really to love Jesus and follow him and to make him his Lord and Savior. That would be the best thing because there's going to be something I was missing at the end of the day. We've all fallen short though. That's why we need a Savior, and that's Jesus. So go to Jesus today. Know that he loves you and he's longing to have a relationship with you.